Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
What lies inside all of us is more than data. It's life. What's flowing through America's veins is its diversity. We ask for 1 million individuals to come forward and stand on this landmark in history. All of us are different, and it's those very differences that will lead to answers for generations to come.
Hello, everyone. This is Jarvis Escott with What's Happening in Birmingham. Today, I have the honor and pleasure with George and Lauren. They're from the HBCU SpringComing. How you all doing today?
We're good. We're good. Excited to be here.
Yes. So Birmingham, is time of year again. It's going to be very busy in Birmingham this week because for the first time, and I don't even really want to count how many years, we're actually hosting some games from the NCAA, the opening round. So that's going to be even great. But the main reason why I have them on the podcast today is to talk about the HBCU SpringComing, which is coming back this week from the 17th to the 19th. So George and Lauren, tell us a little bit about the event.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having us. One of the things that we were so excited about in returning to Birmingham this year was being able to make meaningful connections with folks that we, in some cases, met last year. Of course, we're coming to Birmingham because of existing HBCU relationships that we hope to continue to extend. But the opportunity to be on this podcast, where we know many of your viewers and listeners are looking to find out what they missed last year or what's happening around Birmingham, is really exciting to us. And so we really just first wanted to thank you for taking your time out and your listeners for taking the time out to help us help support those students that are college age and committed to enrolling in HBCUs. Get some of the resources that we're really coming down there to help spread. In many ways, Lauren and I are family by choice, which is sometimes better. We're also business partners by choice, which is always better. And we just put our heads together and determined that the things that we had in common with each other, which at the center, right, was an entrepreneurial spirit, a desire to inspire others to have that same sort of quest. Then, of course, being educated at what we think is the best place that one can be educated, which was a historically Black college or university. And so that was the foundation for where HBCU SpringComing started, our relationship with our circle, and realizing that we were charged with not only having a good time, but inspiring those to understand why we felt capable inside of the networks that we are present in.
So last year was the first time you are bringing the events here to Birmingham, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes, it was.
Okay. Well, what were some of the, I know, not thinking about last year, but coming to this year, is a week, 3 days full of events. Can you kind of give me kind of a rundown of what you all are doing this year?
Sure. So, last year we were in Birmingham in a really big way. And this year, I think we wanted to concentrate more on what would be beneficial for the Birmingham community. Less kind of what we've been doing for 9 years in New York, right? This event has been around for quite a long time in New York. And so bringing it to Birmingham, we wanted it to feel unique and really focus on what could be beneficial to the Birmingham community. So Friday, actually, we're kicking off the weekend with a career incubator that is sponsored and led by our presenting partner, Indeed. And really the career incubator, we think, is for people who are literally in either entry-level roles or looking for some kind of transition in their career. How do you sell yourself? How do you make your resume pop? How do you engage with people in a way that you're able to tell them what you do and what you're good at in 30 seconds, right? And so the career incubator will actually take place at EDPA on Friday from 2 to 5 p.m. You can sign up on our website along with the other events. After that leads us into one of our most exciting events of the weekend, which is called Sips and Sounds, a Toast to the Living Gallery. That event is really a spin on an event that we first hosted in Birmingham last year, and then coupled with an event that we hosted during our 5-year anniversary in New York. Sips and Sounds essentially is an opportunity to, number one, feature other Black-owned businesses. So the SIPS portion of the event will feature Black-owned wines from 6 wineries. And it will also be coupled with a honoree portion of the program called a Toast to the Living Gallery, where we basically are giving people their flowers, right? So our 2 honorees, Pamela Cook from Coca-Cola and Jay Johnson, are really we want to say thank you for what they've done for HBCUs, what they've done for the Birmingham community. And so we'll be honoring them at the SIPS portion. That will take place at Michael's Restaurant. And then after that, we're transitioning through Michael's Restaurant into the Negro League Museum for the sounds portion that will feature our resident HBCU SpringComing DJ, Fly Guy, and also be hosted by Grammy Award-winning Melanie Fiona. So expect the really hard kicking it party portion of that event for the sounds, but obviously the supporting the Black-owned wineries and exposing new Black-owned wine to the Birmingham area is super important for us in the SIPS portion as well. So please get your tickets. They're not even expensive. You're basically gonna get to drink half a bottle of wine. And so we're really excited about that one. Saturday leads us to our biggest event of the weekend and what we consider our day on the yard. It's called School Days. And School Days is literally what you think of as an HBCU homecoming Saturday, right? There's a stage, there's DJs, there's vendors, there's food trucks. Hopefully we're gonna have a sausage man out there. I know at FAMU, that's what we like. A little fried fish situation. Y'all know how we do at homecoming, right? So the goal is for School Days to just be your day on the yard. It's a vibe. We are actually announcing today a couple of performers. We will have a live swag surf with the people who made swag surf, and we'll also be featuring performances by Lil Scrappy, and most importantly, we will be showing the NCAA tournament games on the yard on that day. So our understanding is that tickets are sold out for Saturday. So if you want a vibe and a place to watch the game among your HBCU graduates, then School Days is it. And then we transition into our after party for School Days that will take place at Safe Room Lounge, and that is not too far from the park that we will be holding School Days at, which is Lynn Park across from City Hall. So that's the weekend, quick and dirty of it. We are super excited, obviously, to be coming back to Birmingham. And most also importantly, on School Day Saturday, we will be presenting a rather large scholarship check to students from the Birmingham Promise who will be attending HBCUs in the fall.
Okay, so I want to circle back for a moment. So what other locations have you all done the HBCU SpringComing in the past?
So far, we did it in New York for 8 years before the city of Birmingham came to us and asked us about bringing it to Birmingham. George and I have been very strategic, I think, about where we want to host SpringComing, what cities make the most sense. And we wanted to continue to host SpringComing someplace where maybe there wasn't an HBCU in the city limits. Even if there are ones close by, we wanted to make sure that we provided an experience that was unique to that area. And so Birmingham and New York are it. We've had such a great partnership with the city of Birmingham. The next city who comes to us is going to have to come with it because the city of Birmingham has been awesome partners to have. So far, just New York and Birmingham. The New York HBCU SpringComing takes place April 14th through 16th.
Okay, and one thing I want to point out too, I guess you all will second me on this too. You don't have to be Greek to come to any of these events.
Don't have to be Greek. You don't have to be an HBCU grad. You don't have to be any of those things. Show up at what makes you comfortable. If your Nelia is from Hillman College, we will take that too. Whatever works.
Okay, and I really like the career fair portion of it, just to start, because everybody knows about Indeed.com, but I think actually going there and sit, I think that'd be a really unique concept. And where's that going to be at again? What's the location for that?
It's going to be at EDPA, which is on First Ave, I believe. I can pull it up somewhere, but it's yep.
Okay.
And so and the interesting thing about that is in the past, we've always had a component, particularly on that Friday, that lent itself towards either using technology, which the EDPA is known for, but somehow, really taking the opportunity to make sure that career placement innovative thinking was at the forefront. That's actually, apart from a welcome ceremony that we might have, that's really one of the more formal entries into the weekend. And because education is at our center, it really makes sense for us to give all attendees, sponsors, and supporters an opportunity to sit with the talent that we are so proud to be able to boast comes out of HBCUs and also wants to enroll in HBCUs. This year, we've shortened the career incubator to a 3-hour really focused period of time in which there will be a number of exercises that will allow attendees and candidates to tell us about themselves. One of the biggest resources that we speak about when we talk about HBCUs are actually the attendees, right? And the idea that even though it is historically Black, this is not a monolithic population. And as we are continually growing and advancing, and having more access to technology, creating jobs that were never before created, it's important to know who these students are. This particular career incubator is really fashioned around those students that want to come and be able to present themselves and find out more efficient ways to make themselves attractive to potential employers.
Okay, so what do you all like? Let me rephrase my question back. What are some things, like, if the average person, like you said, other than the career fair, that they want, one event you don't want to miss if you came this weekend? You had to choose, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, to be quite honest, last year, and as has been our history, we've actually produced this event in the two cities in April, right? The name itself, SpringComing, to many who are familiar with the Black college tradition, it automatically makes you think of homecoming. And one of the reasons that we did this in the spring was because we recognized that, as we get further away from our college days, it becomes more and more difficult to return to our college yards, right? And so this was an opportunity to have another well-deserved celebratory moment in the spring. But this year, because of the relationship and the success of our campaign last year with Birmingham, we were invited to come back during essentially Magic City Madness, which, as your listeners will know, is the city hosting March Madness games. And as Lauren said, it's sold out, as it should be, because from what we're looking at now, it looks like Alabama might be dancing, right? But what we've decided is that for that time in the park, which is one of our marquee events, it's the one that is open air, it's the one that allows for the greatest attendance, we're also going to be showing the games in the park. So you have an opportunity, whether you're Greek, whether you're Baptist, however you identify, go to school or not, to come out and celebrate with us in the revival of that energy and also support the March City Madness. And so, to answer your question, what is the event that the above average person, I'll call them, can attend? I would actually lean towards that, bringing the kids out to see what it feels like to swag surf, right? To come and patronize the food trucks. There will be an on-site activation with local radio DJs. As Lauren said, we have an incredible HBCU DJ that's been with us since the beginning that will be there rocking, marching bands, all of that kind of energy, right? So it feels very much like an HBCU tailgate, and one that, whether you've experienced it or not before, we would love to host you, particularly at that day. Now, if you went to HBCU SpringComing.com, you can check and see what other events are available. RSVPs are flying right now. But I would start with that.
Like the alumni tent, the Divine Nine Greek tent.
Absolutely.
Place for vendors, or that's sold out?
Yes. So we, I want to say we're very close to being sold out of our vendor slots, but if you're interested in becoming a vendor for HBCU SpringComing, the email address is vendors@hbcuspringcoming.com.
Okay. Yeah, I actually had somebody, sent Chastity the contact info for that.
Okay.
So I must ask, which HBCU both of y'all went to, or did you all meet?
Sure. We met. George is actually married to my cousin, which is convenient, right? For us to be friends. So George is my cousin, and I went to the illustrious Florida A&M University.
Okay.
And I went to and graduated from Morehouse College.
That's an important key, the graduation part. Yes.
It matters.
Yes, yes. You got to start with you got to finish with the start. I definitely agree with that. So any other final thoughts you all want to add? I mean, I really like you're gonna be showing the School Days, the movie. That's for people who have not ever seen that movie. It's like a lot of the themes that people see today. It's like, yeah, it was actually a movie called School Days about that.
Yeah. So coincidentally, last year's SpringComing, Spike Lee attended and spoke to our crowd in New York, and it was really, really amazing. We are not showing School Days this year, primarily because we'll be showing the tournament, because it looks like a couple of HBCUs are going to be in the mix. So we want to make sure that we feature them as well.
Okay, yeah, because we got Auburn. Yeah, it's going to be real interesting. So what's the website again if they want more information?
It is HBCU SpringComing.com. They can RSVP there. They can find out the schedule there, learn more about kind of the stuff that we've been doing, and also see some recap videos of previous SpringComing.
And one thing, any final thoughts you want to add as well, George?
No, I'm just, really excited that Birmingham has welcomed us in the way that they have. We like to get there a day early and stay a day late. Because there are so many ways in which it was important for us to not only pour into these potential students, knowing that Alabama is the home of the largest population of HBCUs, but it was also important for us to pour into the city. We have a great relationship with the Office of Economic Development, and it was important for us to be able to provide a place for vendors, provide a place for even down to the hotels. It was really important for us to have an impact on the city as well. And so for all of your listeners and all of your viewers, we just want to say thank you for welcoming us back. We hope to be even closer to being family this time.
Yeah, we want to thank you all for choosing, and most important, from one entrepreneur to a group, entrepreneurs. Thank you all for, having that idea, having that vision, because it's a lot of people. A lot of people got ideas, but they never put it. A lot of people always talk about it. I like that you two both had this idea, had this vision, and like I always say, write the vision, make it plain, but you put it in action. You put blood, sweat, tears, all into it.
A lot of that, all of that.
Yeah. I'm happy to see, you all see the fruits of your labor. And also, expanding, you went from the Big Apple to the Magic City. And we feel so welcome that you all actually just chose us. You could have went anywhere across the country, because HBCU's just not in Alabama. They're all across the country. And just the fact you all chose us, I personally want to thank you all for that. And you all definitely check it out, because there's a lot of free events. And what I do like about it is, you get the business out the way first. Find a job. Then,
that's exactly what we try to do.
But I do like at the end how, you invest back into the city even more by presenting scholarship opportunities or donations. Yeah. So definitely check this event out, everybody. Thank you all for watching this video. Please check out what's happening Birmingham.com for more interviews. Don't forget to check out the YouTube version of this. And also, I'm also going to be on Apple Podcasts with audio version. So thank you all again. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And check out HBCU SpringComing this weekend, Birmingham. This is the biggest March Madness we have had in years. Bye.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.